Okay, this is my lovely Samba camper van. I've owned for 2 years, done about 12,000 miles in. It's been totally reliable. Beautiful period 21 window, all the original colours. It's got a really nice interior. It's got the very rare Devon, it's not the Formica, it's the oak panel interior. You can see the seats have been recovered but in the original style of fabric, as is the curtains, all new curtains, curtain trails. Lots of storage. You can see it under there and under there. Also has storage in the overhead compartments. Have a beautiful little sink, cutlery, plates, 1960s plates. We have a little cooler box fridge thing there, again the original one. A really nice feature here, a 19-inch LCD TV. When you park up and camp, put the oil on the roof. Very useful. You've got a pull-out cooker there. I'll just go all around the van and show you. This is a really nice van. Okay, it's not perfect. Perfect ones are, well, £30,000 plus, and 25,000 normally gets you a pretty decent one. From all the ones I've been looking at in the last few weeks, there's ones on there for like 15, 16,000 that are just total wrecks. Need loads of work, sills replacing, interiors doing, etc, etc. This does need a few little bits, but most of it is really, really solid. Look down the side, nice and straight. All the wheel arches, all steel. This was sprayed about 5 years ago, so this is what it's like, well, 4 or 5 years ago, so it's like after 4 or 5 years. If you look at the sills, okay, all really solid. It's got a tray underneath it. There's a link on another video, you can see the underneath. So that all protects the chassis. Okay, I'm going to try and be as honest as I can with it. The only bad bits, I would say, are there's a little bit of rust, well, bubbles. As you can see, just a little bit start coming through there. If you wanted to, you could treat it. If you wanted to put a replacement section in, you can get a thin strip of steel, and they're $29.99. But okay, you know, it's been like that for the last few years and it hasn't got any worse. There's a couple of little bubbles in this section here that I did. It's not a perfect match, as you can see, but I had a quote from a body shop that could spray that little bit for £100 and colour match it. Other bits, what can I say? It's pretty straight around there. The doors are good. I'm going to show you as much of the van as I can. Let's have a look. That's the other door. Again, if you look at the bottom of the door, all absolutely fine, which are expensive and tend to go. Tiny speck there. I'll touch up before I sell it. These doors look pretty good. As you can see there. It's got all the original style Samba trim on the inside of it. Any other bad bits? I can't think. Oh, the battery moved at the back. Again, I'm just trying to show you every tiny little bit. You can see that there's a slight little mark on the bodywork there where the battery's just caught it. Anything else? A couple little bits by the windows. Tiny little bit there. There's one more of those. Anything else? I think there's a couple of little snags in the roof. Oh, it's caught the roof rack. There you go. There. I think there's one on the other side. Is there one? Oh yeah, one there. Okay, but I stress it does not leak at all. You can get a replacement one if you want. Anything else? Oh, it needs a new sender on the petrol gauge. I just do 300 kilometres and fill it up, but senders aren't expensive. And that's as bad as it gets. You know, that is hardly anything. All that can be done for hundreds of pounds. So maximum £1,000 more and you've got yourself a fully sorted nice van. But as I say, you look through samba.com, piston heads, whatever, these sort of vans do not come up at this sort of money. I'm putting it on eBay. I'm going to ask a buy it now of just £18,000. You will not get a van like this for £18,000. It's only because it's the time of year and Credit Crunch you're getting a bargain. It's super reliable. As I say, I've done, I think it's about 12,000 miles in the last 2 years. It has never ever let me down. It is really, really nice. It has everything you want on the wish list. It has servo assisted brakes. There's no scary moments with the brakes. The steering's good. It has, I'll show you the engine, it has a reconditioned 1600 twin port engine, so you get the reliability. You also get good miles to the gallon. On a run it'll do high 20s, which is as good as you're going to get on one of these. It's nice in the engine bay. It's got a California bumpers, which is an expensive option, as you can see. It's also got the Creative Engineering roof rack, that's £400, stainless steel, it's not going to rust. You've got a Recon engine, you've got aftermarket flywheel, you've got electronic ignition, no problems there, new carburettor, high output 75 amp alternator. You know, it just doesn't stop. You've got a 1303 gearbox and the IRS, and anybody that's driven one without that knows that they're awful. You just cannot use it on any sort of regular basis, because the noise you will get anything over 50 mile an hour is this cruises on the motorway 70 plus absolutely fine. Had it up to about 80, but 70, 75 you're great. So you've got ease of use, easy to drive, no whining back axle, no noise off the engine or gearbox or the suspension. Standard ride height, so you're not being crashed around everywhere. It's got a tow bar as well. Last owner fitted it because it had a little Westphalia trailer. Carried it to shows about half a dozen times, that's about it. Never been used for any towing apart from that. What else can I say? It's just a really, really nice van. It needs hubcaps, slightly corroded, but I'm going to replace these. I'm going to put brand new hubcaps on it, and I'll get you a brand new badge to go on the front. It's the original badge which you can have. There's a couple of little marks on it, so I'm going to put a brand new badge with brand new hubcaps on it as well. The eyes come off. I put them on for my kids, so you can have them on or off, whatever you prefer. And there it is. Check yourself. You know you will not get one in this condition for that sort of money. As I said, £18,000 buys it now. If you want to have a bid on eBay, I've put the reserve a bit less than that. If you want to make sure you get it, 18,000. It is a super, super lovely, honest van. I could have tarted it all up. I could have had a cheap respray and covered up those little bits I showed you, but hey, you know, if you buy something that's just been resprayed, you all know it can all come back and bite you. I'd much rather buy something like this. You can see a few little tiny bits that need doing to it, and it's no great shakes. It's not a lot of money, and you know exactly what you're buying. Originally the camper van was from the island of Capri in Italy, so it's lived in a hot climate. It's been here, I think 5-6 years now, 6 years, and the last guy had it in a garage, and I've kept it under a carporter at my work. It's just a beautiful van. So just to recap, for an £18,000 Samba, you're getting the full oak Devon interior. You're getting a cooker, you're getting a sink, you're getting a freezing compartment, you're getting a 19-inch LCD custom fit TV. There's also a computer under the seat as well, so you can use a computer with it. You've got all the curtains done, headlining, period style flooring, but more importantly, you've got the mechanics of it, which make, you know, if you want to have one of these vans, you really need this stuff. You need the Recon engine, you need the 1303 gearbox, you need the IRS, you need the electronic ignition. The mechanics on it alone would cost you over £4,000 to get fitted and replaced. The interior, to have something like this, to actually find one you could get your hands on to get a Devon interior, which is the most sought after, and to get it fitted would cost you over £2,000. You know, so you might see a van that's just a bare Samba with bench seats in the back with original running gear. This is £6,000 above that straight away. So whoever wins her, whoever buys her, you'll have a really, really beautiful van. But remember, if you do bid on eBay, you're bidding to buy it. and I'm sure you will love it. I've loved it. It has never ever let me down. The only things I've had gone wrong with it in the last 2 years, and I've used it a lot, I had a brake cylinder leaking slightly on the back, which I've changed the brake cylinder, I've changed the cylinders, and I've changed the brake shoes. And we had an oil leak, as they all oil leak. I've actually popped the engine out and replaced the crankshaft seal on that. So no leak now. I stress the engine doesn't leak, which is rare in these as well. So that's it. Any questions, please give me a call. You're welcome. I'm more than happy to come and look at it. In fact, I would like you to have a look at it before you bid on it, if possible. My number is 0794 100 9199. Check it out. Look everywhere you want. You will not get anything like this with this specification for this sort of money.